Hello, Georgetown. I'm Beverly Enos, and you're watching Spotlight Georgetown. You can find us Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. on your local cable station. Now, I say yours cable station because it is yours. You pay for it when you pay your cable TV bill. So if you'd like to become part of it and learn how to run a camera or use the computers here, or if you would like to volunteer your absolute best friend to sit in the hot seat, or you'd like to come on and talk about something yourself, please let me know and we'll make sure that it happens. Now, we're in a different set today. We're not in the regular show set. We're using the meeting hall area. So we've got a larger group, and they're from the high school, from the Key Club. So we have Ryan Corbett, who is the advisor, and then we have Sarah Olbash, and we have Shay McFadden, and we have Eric Bratland. Now, you're the advisor,
Yes.
Ryan, and how did that come about?
My second year at Georgetown, I was, offered the position by the previous advisor. Miss Monjo moved from a history teacher and the Key Club advisor to become the vice principal in the middle high school. And so I was excited because I had a history of working through community service. I served for nonprofits when I came out of school in college in 2008, 2009. So I've had a history of working for and running community service events. So I figured that this was a good point as any to get back into that game and help kids and facilitate their entry into the service for the community as well.
Now, what do you actually teach at the high school?
I teach high school history, US 2, and a writing about film course.
Okay, so you've got multiple hats.
Yes. Yeah, that's pretty much what a public school teacher does now. Lots
Okay.
of hats.
All right, I have a daughter that's a public school teacher, so.
Yeah.
All right, Sarah, how long have you been in Key Club? Actually, to all of you. Do we have a president and a vice president here? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, I'm the president.
You're the president, and you're the vice president.
Yeah.
And you get snookered into this one, huh? Okay. You volunteered to come here. All right. So for each one of you, why did you decide to join Key Club?
I like doing community service things. I did a previous club last year in middle school and did...
The Builders Club?
Yeah.
Okay.
And did community service there and helped out at dinners and things.
I've met two of you at the Thanksgiving dinners. I've been doing those for forever. And how about you?
I mean, pretty much the same thing. Like, I was just interested in doing community service, and it seemed like a fun club to be in. A lot of kids are a part of it, so I just thought I'd try it out. I started sophomore year, and I enjoyed it on all the events, and I tried to become a bigger part of it. And
you're next.
Well, I joined when I was a freshman, and I've always just loved doing community service, and I want it to be my life when I get out of college, so I figured might as well be the president, start planning out all these events and stuff now, get practice, so when I get into the real world, I'll know how to do it.
And this isn't the real world yet. Georgetown's kind of like the real world. Now, what grades are you in?
I'm in ninth.
Ninth?
Junior.
Junior?
Junior.
Okay, so we've got freshman, junior, junior. All right. Now, either one of you in the Builders Club? Or was this new to you?
I wasn't, no.
No, I wasn't either.
And were you both from Georgetown, like forever?
Mm-hmm.
All your lives? All three of you?
Not all my life, but I lived in Lynn for a few years.
But you're close. You've been here for a while. Okay. Now, I went online. I can get my script here. And online it says the Key Club motto. Key Club is Kiwanis, for the people that don't know. Now, when I was in high school, back in the dark ages, they had Key Club. And my brother was in the Key Club. But back then, it was only boys. Girls were not allowed to be in the Key Club.
We're quite progressive nowadays.
Yes. I've got some history. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
The motto of the Key Club is caring, our way of life. So what does that mean to each one of you? Does it mean anything?
I think it means something. You know, caring for other people and helping other people is like something you should go about in your life. You know, like if you're not helping other people, when are you gonna also like receive help? I mean, it's not just so you can get help back, but I mean it's more the feeling when you get to help somebody.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, coming from Georgetown, most of us have pretty fortunate backgrounds, but just being part of Key Club, it lets us understand that not everybody's like that, and it gives us a greater appreciation when we get to help them and help them deal with things that help them deal with problems that we never had to deal with, and just try and make the world a more opportunistic place for people.
Okay.
Well, I think that's basically what our club is. Caring is what we're doing completely. Last week I had all the kids write resolutions on what they want to be doing for the rest of the year, and I got a lot of people saying that they want to just do as many events as they can, like helping people in any way that they can, and that's really just all we want to do, is just be helping people.
So you don't join for the fun. You join for more than that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's fun, but it's fun through service.
Okay. Did they still require community service for graduation?
Yeah.
40 hours.
40 hours, all in 1 year, or do you have to do 10 hours every year?
10 hours every year, but I think that if you really wanted to, you could do 40 hours your senior and still graduate, but it's not really a good route to take.
Okay, it's not suggested. They
Yeah.
wanted. They
It's
want.
like procrastination with homework, with anything. You want to usually get it done as soon as possible, so then you can really, hopefully, pick and choose the more fulfilling opportunities that you have for you in terms of service, whether it's local or.
So if you start doing a project and you've already completed your 40 hours, you may find one or two things that you really continue to do just because you like it.
Yeah, there are numerous students throughout the years who get hundreds of hours throughout their high school career. So oftentimes, I mean, that's just like the minimal bar that is set.
Yeah.
And of course, some students have trouble reaching that bar if they procrastinate, but oftentimes, if you're consistently engaged in the Key Club or in other activities outside of the school, then the 40 hours is a rather low
Yeah.
limit.
Goes pretty fast.
Yeah.
The mission statement, again on the Kiwanis Key Club website. Key Club is an international student-led organization which provides its members with opportunities to provide service, build character, and develop leadership. Now, we talked a little bit about the history. Key Club started in 1925. It's been around for a long time. And it started in Sacramento, California, in the high school there. And from what I read, it was one of the kids of a Kiwanian that started the Key Club. So are any of your dads in Kiwanis? No? No. So this is just, it's not, doesn't have to be part of the same thing. It's a separate entity.
Yep.
Okay. But you
They-
work in conjunction with them.
Yeah, they are pretty much our sponsor, where you are pretty much linked locally with your, like each, I guess, member. We were pretty much part of like a conference or across New England and across this entire region, in which every town and community, if they have a Kiwanis Club, they will sponsor the local high school. So I know the Builders Club as well, which is the middle school version of the Key Club.
Right.
They are sponsored, and their dues are paid by the Kiwanis members, so the students can participate in that club. And so we help them in their events, and they invite us to go to their club meetings every once in a while and have dinner with them to meet them, and we can talk to them about what our plans are for the year and what we hopefully will achieve. And so we do have a working partnership. This is my third year, so I've developed bonds with those people, and they've begun to develop bonds with the kids as well.
Now, 1977. Now, as I said, when I was in high school, it was only boys. So obviously, I was in high school way before 77, decades before 77. Female, you think I'm kidding? Female students are admitted into the Key Club in 1977. Until then, it was all boys. No girls were allowed. And that's about the same time that Kiwanians allowed women, because before that, Kiwanis was only for men. And there were no adult Kiwanis members that were women. So, I mean, it sounds like forever for you kids, but for those of us that have been here a while, that's not all that long ago.
And Shay and Sarah, you can talk about this. But what are your experiences with like young women in the group? Like, who takes on the leadership roles, like planning these events? In the last few years, like, who are typically the officers? Who are the people that actually take the lead initiative?
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
go for it.
Girls definitely have a prominent showing in our club. I mean, most mornings I'll be seeing the girls walking in. They're all ready. And not that the boys don't do any less, but I definitely see a lot more girls coming to our meetings nowadays, which is interesting that girls weren't allowed in it before, because I know I wouldn't be in my spot now. And I mean, we're just caring for people and helping them, so it'd be ridiculous if it was just to men that could help people, I guess.
Well, and that's what it was. Things were different.
Yeah.
Things were a lot different. And I know it's tough for you kids to think about that, but that wasn't all that long ago, in the broad spectrum of things. Now, you're also involved in Scouts. You're a
Yeah.
Girl Scout.
Mhm.
And you're going to Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Now, do each one of you have something else that you're also involved in other than Key Club?
I'm not in any other clubs, but I play a lot of sports.
Okay. What do you play?
I play football, I wrestle, and I play lacrosse.
Ooh, okay, that's a busy schedule.
Yeah.
How about you?
I'm not very sporty, but I'm in a lot of other clubs. I'm in crew for the play, like the set crew. I used to do art honor society, but I haven't been able to show up to many meetings because the crew and just a lot of other.
You have to shuffle things around sometimes, yeah.
A lot of mornings. I have to get there early to school. Not very
Now,
fun.
what time does school start in Georgetown? High school?
7:30.
7:30.
Could change
It could change. It could start earlier.
later.
Later.
I
Okay.
don't want to spread any gossip. But
We'll see. We'll see. I think it started at 7:30 when I was in school too, so it's
Yeah.
been that way for a long time. Now, at this point, as of 2010, Key Club exists in 30 countries with membership of over 270,000 kids in over 5,000 clubs. So even though we're a small town in Georgetown, your Key Club is part of 5,000 other clubs in 30 different countries, which is, it kind of makes you realize there's a bigger picture than small town Georgetown. And
Yeah.
kids that go to school here or that were raised here, it's a very much everybody's a big fish in a little pond until you go away to college and then or into a job market, and then all of a sudden it changes. So when you see the perspective of 30 different countries, it's amazing what you're part of. So you work with Kiwanis, and I have met most of you. In fact, I know I've met you in other years, working at the Thanksgiving dinner for the seniors. And that's been going on, let's see. That actually started, it was one of the Kiwanis members' sons, and he needed to do a service project. And he decided he wanted to start this Thanksgiving dinner for the seniors. And that was probably 25 years ago, 25, 30 years ago. We were figuring out a couple of Thanksgivings ago. So it's been a long time that dinner has been going on. Now, the rest of the year, what do you plan for the rest of the year? What do you guys plan for the school year? Or the summer, even out of the school year? Go ahead.
Well, we do a lot of planning. One thing that we're planning right now is there's there's a food shelter in Peabody that I've gone to before called Haven from Hunger that we're going to help serve at, and I'm hoping that the members want to help make the meal, and then we'll bring it and serve it as well. We're gonna go to.
You're gonna cook.
Yeah.
Dangerous thing.
It'll be fun. It'll be like a big.
Now, what would you cook? Probably a pasta meal.
Yeah, probably something like casserole. I don't know.
Something that you could all deal with. All right.
Yeah.
What else?
We're gonna go to a senior center called Baker Katz that's local, and we're gonna throw a senior prom for them, which I'm really excited for.
I was talking to these members earlier, and one of the senior centers that I teach in, they do a senior prom every year, and they love it. The elders they get out their gowns and their tuxedos and their jewelry and their hairdresser, and it's like, oh, it's fun for them. So what made you decide to do this? This is different.
Well, I at the beginning of the year, I had all the kids take a survey online that I made on who they want to work with. So we've worked with a bunch of different people throughout the year, and I got a lot of people say that they want to work with senior citizens. So I contacted a few senior homes, and I heard that we're not allowed to be alone with senior citizens because of liability. So we had to plan some event, and me and Mr. Corbett were talking, and the woman on the phone said we could do like bingo or karaoke, and that didn't sound too fun.
Not as interactive as
It would be
everyone
fun
does.
for them, not necessarily as fun for you.
Yeah, we wanted to do something kind of big or more.
A little splashier.
Yeah, and so we thought of senior prom.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. So what else? Who has?
In a couple of weeks, we're gonna have a Valentine's Day party at the Mayas house, and that's where a lot of kids are who come from a rough
That's from
background.
Haverhill.
Yeah.
That's in Haverhill.
So we want to
I've
hold.
served meals over there before.
So we want to hold a Valentine's Day party for them. That'll be fun. We're gonna do that in a couple of weeks around
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
And what else is planned that
Um,
interests you?
Well, I suggested an idea. We should do something with ASPCA. Like, maybe we could, like, sew those rice packs. You warm them for kittens. And, you could also sell bracelets, like friendship bracelets, and raise money for another organization, like autism or something.
Okay. So you're spreading out more than just Georgetown.
Yeah.
So you're going into other communities and different age groups.
Mm-hmm.
So you're dealing with kids and you're dealing with elders. So
Yeah.
it's a big spectrum for you.
Yeah.
Now, what else? Do you do anything in the summer when it's not school season?
I wish we did, but generally it's difficult to get all the kids together because although there's so much social media, not everyone's on the same things. So
And people have jobs
yeah,
and other
traveling
things going in
and
the
stuff.
summer.
So we try to keep it to the school year. Like another thing we did, we had a toiletry. Before Christmas break, we took a Christmas tree and put it in our lobby at school, and we wrote it was the toiletry. And we know that there is a pantry in town at the New Life Community Church.
Yes.
Where they gather some toiletries for a lot of
Part of the food pantry.
yeah, the homeless families in town. So that was a way for the kids to realize that there's students in our school that even need these things, like even such simple things like soap, a lot of kids don't have. And I think a lot of people realize that more kids than we think have that problem.
And one of the things about Georgetown is everybody assumes that the lifestyle, the standard, is what most of the town has, but it's not always that for everyone.
Oh,
And there are lots of different options. I interviewed one of the food pantries a couple of years ago, and they said the biggest time that they need the most help is during school vacations and in the summer, because the kids don't have school lunch programs.
Yeah.
And then it dawned on me, it's like, you're right. So there are times that you can do work for something else, but the toiletries is a great idea because it's different than the food, and it's something that the kids can really enjoy. What else do you guys do?
We do a bike race, like the diabetes. What's the name of the organization?
I forget. I was gonna say
Tour de
France.
Cure.
Yeah. Oh,
Tour
Cure.
They call it the Tour de Cure.
Okay.
They hold a bike race in Topsfield to raise money for diabetes, and last year some kids went over and helped out with them setting up and like parking and doing all sorts of stuff. It was
Okay.
pretty cool.
Yeah. You had something else too.
Oh, I was gonna say Jeans for Troops, which I feel like Mr. Corbett really likes that we do.
Which Jeans for Troops?
It's an organization that runs this. It's twice every year. It's for Memorial Day and on Veterans Day. And what the nonprofit does is raise money where everyone who wears jeans, or we do for students, wears red, white, and blue. They donate $5. And the big issues that oftentimes veterans have issues with when they return home from war or from deployment is getting access to health care, getting access to housing, and getting access to jobs. So this nonprofit provides those services to veterans in need, and so twice a year, cumulatively over the last few years, I think we've raised close to $1,000 through having this twice a year, in which people donate to that organization. So that's one of these events where it's becoming hopefully a tradition, where every single year everyone can understand and recognize that this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Right around the week of Memorial Day and Veterans Day, and so it's hopefully can keep on going even after like these people are all gone. It started with them last year, and hopefully it can perpetuate itself in the years to come.
Now, how long has Key Club, as far as it was defunct for a while, how long has it been active in Georgetown again? Do you know?
I think I've talked with the mother of the son that started at our school, and I'm pretty sure he started it when he was in high school, and I know he's in grad school now.
Who's that?
Okay.
I forget his name. His mom's my dentist, though. And I talked
Better
to
part of a decade.
So that's
Yeah.
at least a decade.
Yeah.
There's
At
been
least
a
a
few
decade.
advisors I know of who have moved on, but so it's hopefully we'll continue to provide access to these events for students, because oftentimes kids don't know what's going on, and they don't feel compelled to serve when they're off on their own, kind of twisting in the wind, not knowing like different events that are coming into the region or in the town. So by being a part of the group, it provides access to more opportunities, but again, it can give people an opportunity to think more in a civic-minded way, where people are thinking about the community, thinking outside of themselves, instead of being just trapped in the cycle of bell after bell after bell in high school. So.
And if one student is working on something, that's okay. But when a lot of students are working together, it's a lot more fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot more enjoyable, so that you get to have some fun with your friends
Yes.
and still do good work.
We did a quick service project, I think a month or two ago, with Gwen Nizak. She's a junior student, a member of Key Club, and she's doing her service project for Girl Scouts. And so her project was to create pretty much steps for children with special needs, because oftentimes they need the steps to, like, for balance and things when they're sitting in chairs. And so we brought in hundreds, dozens of boxes, and then you pretty much wrap it up with bubble wrap and cushions with sheets, and then so they have these steps for stability and
Neat.
the better people, to go through a day in school and sitting. So that's what we did. So that's like one student brought her outside project into the group, and so everyone was able to be a lot more productive than it was just her doing it on her own.
Same thing with Julia Trapani, like with cleaning up the ocean. That event, she suggested that we go to the Salisbury Beach.
I think it was Plum Island. No,
Alright.
I'm not
Well,
sure.
we went to a beach and just cleaned up the litter and the trash, just because we want to care about the environment. That's another important thing.
So there's lots of small projects that you do, but then some big projects that really, really need the extra leadership
Yeah.
that you offer and that you gain. Next question. What are the more meaningful experiences that you've had in your own personal service? What are some of the favorite things that you have done, or the ones that have kind of tugged at your heartstrings?
Well, for me, I get to do all the calling of all of the organizations because I'm the president. So I get to directly talk to a lot of the people that organize things. And I think almost every time I call someone, it's just, they're so nice to me, and they tell me about why they got involved, usually because I'll ask when I'm on the phone, or maybe talking about schedules, it gets kind of bland. So I'll just ask them, like, about what's going on and how they came to be a part of it. And it's just really interesting hearing these people that devote their lives to just one cause that is really meaningful to them. So,
Because a lot of people get involved in, let's say, diabetes or cancer or some of these other things because there's a connection.
yeah.
So this kind of expands your connection into theirs.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you?
One event we do pretty much every year is there's a Special Olympics. They hold a soccer tournament for a lot of kids with special needs, and we go out and help out, whether it's some of us like coach one of the teams, you might help with parking or setup or whatever. But I just thought that it's really cool how it's not that like it's just a soccer tournament. It's nothing like crazy, but the kids absolutely love it. They all have a ton of fun, and you can tell they're really doing something they look forward to, they enjoy. It's like really meaningful to them. And I just find that really powerful, that it's something really little we're doing, but it gives those kids a whole lot of joy from not that much.
Might be a little for you, but it's a lot for them.
Yeah.
How about you?
I liked last year. I mean, I also did the Thanksgiving dinner this year, but last year I stayed for, I think, the whole entire cleanup and set up everything. And I met a lot of people, and they were really happy to have us volunteering, and like they just hadn't seen the kids in a while, or just it was like nice to see us. Even though we didn't know them, but like they just
Yeah, a lot of them,
enjoyed seeing
they
us.
don't get to see their grandchildren. And this is a nice way for them to meet some of the youth and get to feel that they're part of your family through Kiwanis.
A lot of really nice people there.
Yeah, there are. And there's, I mean, I know people that have been there since I was literally 20, 30 years that have been going to that dinner. Now I'm old enough to go myself, but somehow I get to work instead of going, which works out okay. What else is special? Is there anything else that you want to add before we close this up? Or the best part?
I think we just like working with all the organizations, and if anyone ever wanted us to help with them or do any things with them, we always like helping out. And we're always looking for things. I feel like people are like surprised when I say I could offer an entire club to help them, assist them with something like the John Ho race we help out with a lot in
Yep.
town. So people are looking for volunteers, and we got
You heard it
all
here.
of them.
You guys may get way too many phone calls. So if any organization or people that are doing some type of project would like some help, either let me know, let Mr. Corbett know, and we'll make sure that that happens. Anything else for any of you? Anybody else?
I mean, I just think it's a really great experience overall because from little Georgetown, you don't really see too much. There's not that much going on, really.
Yeah.
But then with the Key Club, we really get to see the world and see the problems, even like, within 30 minutes of us. There's poverty, there's problems, there's a lot of things that we get to see and help out with and feel like we're being a part of and changing that. And that's something that if you're just a high school student in Georgetown, you're never going to experience that. You're just going to see it on the social
news.
media or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's not real until you're really there. You're really meeting people that have different situations than we do.
Yeah. You can see all the stuff on TV you want, but until you work with that special ed kid, you
Yeah.
don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
It's also a great feeling when you feel like you only did a little, but to someone else it helps them a lot, and it makes them really happy.
Yeah, it is. Well, thank you all very much for coming. Good luck. Good luck in school this year.
Thank
Good
you
luck
for
with your
having us.
projects. If you do anything else that you want to come and talk about, just let me know. And hopefully we'll be able to get the Builders Club here one time soon and
Try it out.
talk to them
We
too.
got the runs up here, yeah.
So we'll get the... It's kind of a progression. So thank you very much for joining us.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm Beverly Enos. You've been watching Spotlight Georgetown. So don't forget, if you need some help in getting some project done, or you want to talk to these wonderful kids that volunteer, please let us know. Thank you for joining us today. Bye for now. Great job.